Hello everybody, my name is Cotangent Theta and this is Over-Optimistic. Now, I seem to have hit a bit of a plateau here with my climb. I've been grinding out a lot of competitive. I've hit a season high of the high 2800s, so near the top of Platinum, but I always seem to drop down again and get back to about 2750, about halfway through Platinum. So it seems like mid to high Platinum is about where I belong right now. So I'm going to start pumping out a few more VOD reviews. I shouldn't put it like that. I'm not just cranking them out. I'm trying to look at these and figure out what I'm doing wrong, what I can do better, how I can have more of an impact on the team, raise that win rate, and finally push up into Diamond. So what we've got here is a very interesting game actually on Volskaya Industries. I'm not going to say anything else besides what you've seen in the title and the thumbnail. For now, let's just jump into it. So I'm starting out over here as Soldier 76. Now, often behind the Reinhardt shield is a good place to stand, but I wanted to stand here so I have a better vantage point on that window up there. So, alright, disaster has struck already, but this window up here, I have a great viewpoint of it. If I'm standing down around here, where the Reinhardt is, it's tougher for me to contest someone who might be standing up there, like maybe a Junkrat with his, with his gun. Anyways, this is not a drawing show, folks, as you can see. But what just happened? Our Reinhardt just got messed up. Now, I'm going to make a few mistakes here, I think. But we're just going to see what happens, what I could do better. So right now, I'm shooting the Rhine shield. It's the only thing I can shoot at. I'm working my way around, and finally, shield goes down. Oh, look, there's a Moira. I can shoot the Moira. She's won. What is that? You all saw that. You all saw me jump down off the high ground. This is a huge mistake. Now, there is a chance I would have been killed anyway. Are they running triple tank? Did their diva just try to... No, that's our diva. They only have Hog and Reinhardt, which means that they aren't going to be able to contest the high ground except maybe with their Junkrat, right? So that means if I stay up on that high ground, I am relatively safe, actually, compared to against a lot of comps, compared to with a Winston or a Diva who are going to jump on me. This is a great place to be, and I do not want to be jumping off of there. So this is probably, well, this is definitely the biggest mistake I made so far. Definitely just sort of spraying and praying at the tanks. I should have maybe been choosing my targets a little bit better, because you can see if I had any ammo left at all to get that Moira, I could have finished her off. Now, that was a disaster, right? Our Rhine died, I did something stupid and died, and it kind of snowballed from there.
Okay, just kidding.
Let's see how we manage this defense. I like to take this high ground position, but the issue with it is that I don't have a good view of this whole area here. As you can see, I'm drawing it out, most of it is obscured. So that is kind of a problem for me. So it might be better for me to be standing on that ground over there, back there, on the right-hand side. I've been taking this position. It works decently well at lower levels, but I think that it might be smart for me to start taking the position on the right-hand side instead. The only disadvantage to that is that it opens just sort of straight up to the right flank, so it's a little bit easier to flank, but I would say if you're keeping an ear out for flankers, you probably won't be caught unawares like that too badly. Now, if you're Widow, maybe you can put your mine up and that will also help, or if you're Junkrat, you can have a trap behind you. But that being said, we're going to see what happens here. This is probably not the optimal positioning for me, but we're going to see how it works out. Those are some good shots on that McCree, but not quite enough to take him down. Now the Rhine shield comes in, and they're going to have a fairly easy time hitting me almost for half my health there somehow already.
Okay.
Now, there were already targets out behind Rhine's shield, you saw there. But I was still shooting Ryan's shield, and in fact I still am, right? I'm not noticing the targets that I have that are not Ryan's shield. Oh. Alright, let's go back just a bit for this.
Alright.
Now, we just heard the audio cue, the eagle call or whatever. Look how much, this is so bizarre on my part, look at this distance. I'm like here. Sorry for this horrible drawing, but you can see that I'm like here. This distance is so much shorter than this distance. And yet I ran to cover on the right-hand side. That was really awful, and I should not have died to that. This is a question of I wasn't prepared for that ult. I didn't have a plan in my mind. What am I going to do when that ult comes out? And that's because I wasn't thinking, oh crap, the enemy is going to have ultimates when they come in and they're going to attack with ultimates. I should have. They already used their Riptire. Clearly they have ultimates. Transcendence has come out, right? But that's just not me thinking with my brain and being prepared for those ultimates. And that's such a critical skill to have as you progress higher up. So that's another focus issue like I was talking about last episode. I thought I could make it. I couldn't make it. It's because I had already taken damage, I think. It was faster for him to lock onto me. Our poor Mercy here, going out to stall with Valkyrie. You know you're desperate when you're using Valkyrie to stall. Now I come out here. Junkrat and McCree start shooting at me.
It's fine.
Like we lost it. That was tough. I have gold damage, silver limbs, which is 1 a limb. That was tough. That wasn't completely my fault, but there were some things I could have done better, for sure. Both times I died, it was pretty unambiguously my fault that I died, and we talked about what I could have done better, so let's jump ahead to our attacking phase. They have lots of ult. Yes, they do. Whoa, that was back, not forward. Alright, so I'm sort of talking with my team here. I'm like, how do we fix this? And basically the consensus was sort of, we got unlucky, let's just try and play our best. It's not like they had anything in particular that was really countering us, it's just our Ryan got charged and they snowballed. That was sort of the consensus, so let's jump ahead to this attacking phase here. I see a Junkrat. Yeah, I see the trap, but Hog doesn't see the trap, unfortunately. That's free ult charge for Junkrat, but also free ult charge for Mercy. And Mercy ult. Ain't that something. That's the good stuff. Yeah, questionable aim on this McCree, but aim is something that I'm working on and getting a lot better at. Also, noticing Junkrat traps is a fantastic skill that I've learned from Deathmatch. I should have also avoided that fire strike. That was poor.
Good pick.
Always follow up on Hog's hooks, right? That's a good thing. Now I'm coming around here. I'm gonna try to touch point and force them to split up. Well, I guess first, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take this high ground and get a view on them. But now I realize the hut's in the way. I don't have them in my sights, so I'm just gonna hop on point to try to draw them back. That's sort of my backup plan here. I could, of course, go all the way around and try to get the high ground through, I'll just draw it on the screen here, through these windows here. But that would take quite a while, and I would be out of the fight for a long time. So somehow I managed to actually help take down Hog, even at this angle. He was just kind of poking out. And that is a fantastic thing. But now it's time to jump on the point. It's not time to jump on the point yet, apparently. And it's a darn good thing now that I think of it. Now, watching this back, I realized that if I was actually playing this over again, I would have made the mistake of jumping on point when I didn't need to. And that is the wrong thing to do. And that's something I could easily have done, as you can see from how I'm narrating this. It was actually a bad thing to do. It was better for me to take the high ground over the point. And I think it's because I saw the Hog on the point. I didn't need to go touch point. Hog was on it. They needed to come back. They needed to get on that point and contest. And if I have the high ground there while they're contesting point, that gives me such a lot of power over the point. And that's why that was a great play, just staying up here.
Good pick, Steve. We got a game still.
We got a game still.
Commence attack on objective B.
It is unfortunate. I'm just laying down some suppressive fire. I shouldn't use that Helix rocket like that. It's so frivolous. So they have Bastion. I'm gonna try to flank around and see what I can do about the Bastion.
Back out.
So I'm communicating to my team that I'm hiding on the left. I'm waiting for their signal to push.
Bastion's gonna be a problem though.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. No need to really narrate anything about this. There's like a bit of a fight going around here.
Yeah, I'm coming with a shadow.
Despite that, Junkrat probably overextended. Why did I jump down? I
did.
really,
I'm dead.
really wanted that Bastion. But if I wanted him so bad, instead of jumping off there,
You guys can go in.
I mean, look at this. Alright, I'm shooting Bastion. He's going back this away. Through, what a horrible arrow. Yeah, there. He's going underneath there. Where could I go? So that I wouldn't be at the mercy of their entire team, maybe. Well, I could also go backwards and jump off the other side. And then, as you'll see here, from over here, that means that I can be taking a position around this corner where the rest of their team can't get me. I can shoot their Bastion, he can try to shoot me, but the rest of the team can't shoot me, and he can't shoot me while he's self-healing, which is what he's mainly focused on. So I should have gone around backwards instead of forwards if I was going to go down at all, which is already kind of a questionable decision because I can still stay up there and put down suppressive fire or, you know, actually get picks on other members of their team. But considering Bastion was sort of the prime target there, I think it would have been best to jump off backwards, finish him off, right? Finish him off and then just run back around and take the high ground again. That would have been a superior option, in my opinion. You can see here, I'm doing some stupid things and getting killed, but
You did.
I think our team manages to pull it through because Ryan got a great pin on that Bastion.
Good pick, standpoint. 3 people.
I get rezzed.
Fire.
Ooh. I panicked. I panicked there. For
Oh,
sure.
you guys got it.
Like I was
God, it's beautiful.
I was useless there. I couldn't figure out which
We got a game
threat
here still, boys.
to address there, the Riptide or the High Nooning McCree, and I ended up sort of doing nothing due to decision paralysis there. And again, that is related to me not realizing, hey, they're gonna have their ults.
Prepare to attack.
So I'm gonna have a plan for if they use their ults.
Yeah. If they run Bastion, I think.
Alright, let's jump ahead to our attack here.
5, 4, 3,
Hopefully we're gonna check for traps again.
Watch for traps.
This time their Zenyatta took a few shots at us. Very cheeky. Now, they don't actually have a Bastion here, but they do have a
Fire
Tor.
strike.
Right, so I managed to sort of survive around here. I put in a bunch of damage.
Pick.
I did actually a bunch of the
turn.
damage on that Moira. I should be super dead. So I did a bunch of damage, I helped kill that Moira, and then I suicidally ran in. Now, let's go back a little bit and see why this was a bad idea.
Oh! Pick.
Alright, this is a Roadhog. This right here. This is a big, mean Roadhog. And he's definitely gonna hook me. As soon as I saw him, I should have changed my mind about going in and just gone back out. But I didn't. And miraculously,
Gotta get turned.
he manages to screw up his follow-up shot so badly that I took less than 50 damage. Now, I know that I can't do a lot there because I'm in line of sight of turret. So now, no one's contesting point. This is the time where I decide I'm going to get on point.
Good res.
And thankfully, my team, my Zenyatta comes and joins me. Let's take a look at how I dealt with that McCree and that Zenyatta real quick. So they're coming around. I managed to heal, so let's go back and... Alright, here we go. Already, okay. I'm snapping to him, that's why I'm missing these shots, because I had to snap to him. That was an atrocious Helix rocket because I was panicking. But that was after I sort of got control of my senses, I had good aim after that, but I wasn't thinking about my strafing. So I was walking just right in one direction. That's how that McCree took me down so easily. I wasn't thinking about left, right, strafing. If I had been doing that, then I probably could have killed that Zen and also avoided dying to the McCree. That being said, though, that didn't cost us the game because thanks to Zenyatta's help, we killed them both. Zenyatta managed to survive, and they capped the point. So now I'm thinking of doing a little flank, and since Hog backed off, I've got some clear space to do it.
A shatter?
Now I hear a Pharah,
Win for shield.
but I'm not careful enough. I'm talking to my team, I'm asking them, hey, should I go in? But because I'm an idiot, I'm poking my head out of this doorway, and Pharah notices me. So if you're trying to be sneaky, don't let yourself be seen, right? That was pretty bad. Literally, she saw me just because I poked my head out of that doorway again. And now she knows I'm there.
I'm going to left.
She's gonna kill me.
No!
And someone else
that was
actually
such a
came back
mistake.
as well. Was that?
Sorry, guys. Going to left.
Let's go back real quick. The McCree also came back. At the very least, I distracted both of their DPS for a short amount of time. So
No!
that's sort of
that
an
was such a
accomplishment,
mistake.
but
I'm sorry, guys. My brain
really
is
not
delayed.
what I should have been accomplishing there when I had to jump on them. I was waiting for my team to signal to me when they were going to go in, but they weren't really doing that, so I think that I probably should have just shot that, yeah, just try to shoot and kill the Pharah at the start of the fight. Just take the initiative myself, actually. Alright, so this is pretty good.
Oh.
Ooh, that Bastion. It was actually the Zen that put down the finishing blow, but I wasn't aware. I wasn't really thinking about that Bastion.
I'm not a young man anymore.
Hello there.
So that was bad, and I should have been more aware.
Wait up for a hog. Alright.
So I'm going around on one of my flanks again. I figured this time they'll expect
Man, dash.
and they'll see the flank I was doing before, where I run in through the main corridor.
You can fire straight.
But this time, yeah, this
shatter
time I'm
again?
a little more sneaky about it.
Shatter.
I think their Zen saw me.
Bastion for...
Their Orisa was body blocking the Bastion. I was so sad. But I did do enough damage to the Bastion that they were able to get him. Alright, now this was a questionable ultimate, but thankfully my team was right there and it caused so much chaos that it actually worked. So let's go back a little bit and see if there was... You know, not every ultimate can be great at, like, you wait till all the enemy shields are down and everyone's in the perfect position. Sometimes a situation like that is a good time to ultimate. Jumping down was maybe questionable, and maybe, I don't know, would this have been a better position to ult from, or maybe over on the right side? I don't know, it's a good question. This did somehow seem to work, even though I didn't really kill anyone with it directly. The dumb thing I did was walking right past that Orisa barrier, which was already set up, right? That was kind of silly of me.
Shit.
I put myself in a position where I couldn't
We
shoot
got a
the enemy.
game.
Score 4-2. Switching sides.
So yeah, jumping down, honestly, not the best move. If I had
Would you guys like to counter their cheese?
if I had stayed up there, though, the Winston would have been right on top of me. So I don't know. Leave in the comments below. In the comments below, leave if you think that was a good ultimate, or if you think there was a better position, or if I should have stayed up
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Because watching this back, I'm not really sure, because we won the game.
Yeah, I'll shield you, Mercy Pocket, you'll be easy.
Anyway, let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead to the next phase here. You can see that this is already ridiculous. It's 4-2. Right? We totally cleared them. Now, this is interesting. I chatted with my team about this strategy. I'm like,
Nice to have a
let's
diva, too.
try the Bastion, you know? I can do the Bastion.
The bubble.
And that's, you know, it's not a total lie.
Just gotta make sure the bubble.
I can play Bastion. Just not necessarily as good as my soldier, but it doesn't always have to be because it's Bastion.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just sort of being patient here, waiting for a target. Ah, there it is! Boom. Dead.
Fix.
Dead.
And healing.
And Zarya did a great job getting their Junkrat.
Just pushing up a little.
So now I'm contemplating moving into a different position, but I just sort of move forward a little bit. Here comes a hog, waiting for something to get into my sights. There he is, it's the Junkrat. Dead. Moira, still alive. But definitely pinned in place completely. So now I'm thinking I'll do something cheeky and come over here. But their Reinhardt comes and pins me. And you know what I did? It wasn't necessarily a bad idea, but you know what was stupid?
I'm shattered.
Was that I switched back into recon form. That was the mistake. Because Ryan can't pin you and drag you when you are in sentry mode. You are anchored
Fix.
to the ground. He will just hit your
Move down,
body
right?
and do the initial damage of the pin.
On point?
Maybe it's 50 or something like that. I don't exactly remember.
Nice.
But
I'm taking choke.
when I switched into recon form, I sentenced myself to a brutal death of being slammed against the wall,
Alright, it's on the
which
right.
does 300 damage and is easily, you know, I have 300 HP, some of which is armor, so I would be down to 5 hit
Awesome. Free
points.
Zarya charge.
10 hit points, because you take it in 2 increments of damage, I think. 1 for when he hits you and 1 when you hit the wall. And now there is a Pharah, and that is a problem for me. As soon as I got hit by that first rocket, I should have converted back into recon mode, moved back, and started healing. And now I'm just sort of proving that I don't know how to play Bastion, because this was the most useless ultimate. And
Alright,
then
that's
I
fine.
got hit by the Riptire.
I've shatter when I come back. They're down anyway. It's kind of a waste. Far above.
At this point, I'm like,
Top.
it's not worth it to... I don't have any ult charge. I'm gonna have to
Anytime we get
walk
down here,
slowly
so
back to the
if you take
point.
Next one push is fine.
So, yeah.
I require medical.
I go Soldier. I'm more comfortable with Soldier anyway, and they sort of have a counter for my Bastion, and that counter happens to be someone that I counter. Now, what am I doing here? If I had been smart, I would have taken the stairs up to the high ground. That would have been a smarter thing to do, to prepare for the upcoming brawl. Because if Junkrat is right above there on the hut, he's just going to spam grenades at me from out of my
Oh my
field
God,
of view,
behind
out
me.
of my line of sight. So,
Alright.
trying to contest him from the
That's
low
fine.
ground was
Fine, we definitely hold
atrocious,
him a second point.
atrocious game sense.
Diva online.
So now I'm sitting here just trying to get some ult charge.
Hello there.
Just, yeah. it's
Free
okay.
ult charge. I don't remember if their Mercy used their ultimate, or if theirs ended. But if they didn't, then this is just a straight win for me. Now I'm trying this positioning here. And now I remember why I don't like to stand here, because these elevators are going to come and take you away. Now I saw a Pharah go behind, so I'm coming around and trying to hunt her down. And I take her out, but it's a little late because...
I'm gonna shatter? No, I'm not.
yeah, already kind of messed us up. Ooh, this is not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and point and shatter.
Yeah, that was atrocious aim on my part.
gonna
Let's
shatter?
go back and watch that.
No, I'm not.
I have this bad habit of shooting
I'm coming.
tanks when there are squishies literally in my line of sight, and I need to stop that. Zen, Junkrat, either of those would have been a better target than that Reinhardt. And also, I shouldn't have wasted my Helix rocket on that Pharah. I didn't realize when I fired it that she was already dead without it, but I could have figured it out. And I really doubt that she would have been able to like spin around and kill me by the time I could burst her down with my regular primary fire anyway. So I should have a Helix rocket right now if I had played that Pharah situation correctly. And then I can just ding 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 and fire a rocket maybe over here. He'll just move into it, direct hit. That's the dream, right? It doesn't always work out that way, but I can burst down a Zen pretty quickly. So let's see
Shatter?
what actually happens. I waste some time shooting this Rhine. My aim against this Junkrat is so jittery, and I should have made a lot more space for myself by sprinting away before putting down that healing pad, because committing to standing for like 3 or 4 seconds...
No, I'm trapped! Stall.
5 seconds, I guess. Committing to standing for 5 seconds in that small area is not a really good thing to do. Now, if I had taken the main route, I possibly could have stalled that, but it's not clear that that's the best thing to do. I've started to learn that if my tanks can't get on the point, it's almost never the right thing to do for me as soldier to get on the point, especially if most of their team is still alive and there. If there's only maybe 2 of them or sometimes 3 of them on the point, then I can have a big impact by going on the point, putting down my biotic field, and just running back and forth like a madman. And that's fantastic. But in a situation like this, where we've really got a whole bunch of people on point. There was the Junkrat, the Zen, the Moira, I think, the Rhine, maybe their other tank, maybe their Hog was there. It was a mess on point. And me running in there, I would have lasted 2 seconds and wasted my time. On the other hand, if Reinhardt can get there and I get to the high ground, we actually have a chance of winning, right? If I get there and stall and die and then we have no damage to put out, we don't have a chance of winning. So that's the thing. You have to trust your tanks to get on the point sometimes when there's a big mess of enemies there. And one tricky thing you can do as soldier to help out is you can actually put your biofield down, stand right on the ledge and put it down. You can just drop your biofield down. 40 healing per second for anyone on that edge right there. Now, we've got the attackers coming in right now. It's Pharah again, and I'm probably gonna die to the Pharah again. Here's the thing, I can't look out for the Pharah while I'm killing them. Oh, it does so much damage. I try to self-heal, I try to get out of recon mode and go. But the thing is, my healers can't just be babysitting me the whole time. There's other people to heal, there's other things going on. So I'm like, this isn't working. They switched to that counter again. So, I'll go back to my counter, who happens to be my main.
Bear above.
I figured this will be a good place to contest the point. I have a view of the hut. That was some reasonable burst from me there. Pharah's not always the easiest to take down. Coming around to this window, I don't know if this is the best place to be. Bad aim shooting at that Zen. That was... I learned from my past mistake with that Junkrat coming at me, and I was ready with a steady mouse hand that time.
They're really staggered, so this last punch is going to be pretty shitty.
Yeah, I'll shoot my Helix in there for a free ult charge. Alright, Pharah's coming out, and I'm starting to realize this is not really the best place to be. Nice work, Ana. Wow. I guess Ana can actually nade that to stop all of her self-healing too, which is pretty fantastic. Going around between these areas is actually pretty good. And I'm like, oh, this Zen is mine. I had bad aim, but I just punched him to death anyway. My aim was definitely pretty scattered there. I don't have the best... I don't have the best aim while I'm jumping. I haven't really practiced the adjustment of the mouse that I need to like jump out of a window and keep my crosshair stable, and that's something I should work on. I do quite a bit of aim training when I'm not playing. I go to McCree in the practice range and I shoot those, you know, those little swinging metal pads. I try to get in the center. And this is the point where I realize, you know what? This is the place to be, the right-hand side, because I can see the whole point and I can see all over the hut. Yeah, it was just a better place to pop my ult. I was realizing that that Pharah was getting out of my line of sight way too easily on the other side, so I'm like, pop ult, prioritize the Farah. And that was definitely very powerful for my team.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely gonna do Bastion. Yeah, Bastion or Torb.
So now we're having a little powwow here and discussing our strategy. And what I'm suggesting is, if they go Bastion, I am going to switch to Symmetra, and someone should
We
switch
should be
to
aggressive
Moira.
and just set up
Although I think that our Ana
Charge
is
the
not in
Reinhardt.
group chat, I'm pretty sure. So she didn't pick up on that.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm not sure who's not in group chat. That is, that's kind of bad. I should know which hero's player is not in group chat. Anyway, we are sorting out this plan right now where if they have Bastion, I'm going to switch to Symmetra, someone's going to switch to Moira, and Reinhardt and Moira and Symmetra are all just going to shoot through the shields and kill that Bastion. Now,
Let's get him one push.
we're going to see that they do have a Bastion. It doesn't quite work out
Watch
the
your
way
traps.
we planned, but, well, you'll see what happens. I'm flanking around the right side here because sometimes someone is there looking for a
Fair.
cheeky charge shot if you're Zen or
So
firing
they're
some
Bastion.
mines. Now I'm just working away at this shield. I feel like shooting my Helix into the shield is more of a bad habit than anything else. Yeah, they're all kind of on me. Now this Orisa is coming out. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. So they're telling me that they have a Bastion, and I hit tab. I see, yep, they have a Bastion. Time to enact plan Operation Counter Cheese. Right. So I go in. We're going in. I tell Ryan, all right, fire your fire strike in. I shoot it. I shoot my orbs in.
Oh no, I'm dead.
I fire my shield in. That shield actually helped out my team a lot, I'm realizing now in the playback.
Hey, good res
I
on
still
top.
don't know where Bastion is, but I'm just going to sneak around here. I am... Like, every one of these shots is hitting their Orisa, it feels like. But at this point, I'm like, alright, let's mess up the Orisa. Let's focus their Bastion now. Just keeping that lock on is going to be so
Mercy.
powerful. And there we go. You know what? We have an advantage on point here, so I'm going to strengthen that advantage and solidify it by placing turrets.
Good game.
Symmetra is great for keeping control
Sim switch is
points
good.
that you already have sort of control of. And like, Sim Switch is good. That's, I don't know. Maybe that's the first time you've ever heard that. It certainly is for me, especially on attack. But it was what was needed at that point, and it actually did help. I think it was kind of dumb of Bastion to not focus me and start shooting me when I have this incredibly powerful beam locked onto him. But, I don't know, maybe he had bigger fish to fry. At any rate, that pick definitely worked. And, well, we definitely learned a few
Mercy.
things about our positioning. That McCree was fantastic, by the way. He got way more limbs than me. Ridiculous. But maybe I would have been the one with gold limbs if I hadn't kept on making bad decisions that got me killed. And we discussed those in this episode already. So that was Soldier 76 and Bastion and Symmetra. Attack Symmetra on Volsky Industries. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing badly.